pry that open, pry that out, hook, hook. The spiral is great for getting a guy's hips open so you can put a hook in.
We stole this from wrestling. This is a standard wrestling move, spiral right. We've adapted it. We've adapted it where we're using gis and jackets and pants and belts.
Just a basic ride, okay? So the first hand is going to come under the armpit, get into his armpit. Don't just like reach in the hole and grab something, because then it's loose. So if it's loose, he can move his shoulders. The idea here is I want to lock down one of his shoulders so that he has a hard time rolling out of it or getting out of whatever I'm going to do, okay? Four corner theory, okay? 2 shoulders, 2 hips, you control 2 of those and you get somewhere, okay? Same idea here. I'm going to start by controlling as high up on the lapel as I can underneath his armpit, grab a hold of that lapel.
Can you have Steve stand up or sit up?
So he's right here, okay? You go up under his armpit, grab his lapel, okay? Right there like that, okay? Pull it down and in and flare your elbow just a little tiny bit so that his elbow is out of the way and you're starting to get that shoulder cranked, okay? You're not trying to hurt him, you're trying to keep him in place and keep him from turning, try and turn. Okay, he can turn this way, which is great because then I can half him over. If he tries turning that way, okay, that's about as far as he gets. All right? The next part is we're going to control in a diagonal down here, okay? So you're going to spiral right on the inside of his thigh so that I can control this corner.
Steve, can you lift your left arm so we can see that? No, your left arm. There, yeah.
Right through here like this, okay? So I'm not grabbing his knee, I'm not grabbing his crotch, I'm coming around and I'm spiraling around the outside of the thigh down towards the back of his knee. Okay, so go ahead and go down on all fours. Okay? So each of these 2, besides controlling them, plays an important part in getting your hooks in. Alright, so if he gets super defensive after I've got a hold of these, he just balls up into a turtle. Okay, you're like, I can't get my hooks in, he's just sitting here. I can't roll him over, he's just sitting here, okay? Well, I can pry him open now. I'm gonna wedge my elbow this way, I'm gonna pry out the spiral that way, hook, hook, flatten him out. Okay? He gets super, super defensive and gets his elbows inside of his knees, okay? Then I'm gonna use my knee, boom, pry that open, pry that out, hook, hook. The spiral is great for getting a guy's hips open so you can put a hook in.
We stole this from wrestling. This is a standard wrestling move, spiral right. We've adapted it. We've adapted it where we're using gis and jackets and pants and belts. I see how Derek with his right hand is controlling Steve's right shoulder. So that's one corner, okay? And that's the high corner. Now the low corner is with his left hand on the left hand on the spiral ride is, see how he's controlling the low left corner, it's his left hip and leg. So he's got different corners and different control, and this way Derek establishes good controlling position. He's got good position. He's in charge, and he can continue to improve his position from here. He'll keep improving and making life really suck for Steve and better for him, better for Derek.
There's all kinds of fun things that we can do from here, from just getting the rodeo ride. I can flatten him all the way out, okay? I can roll him in. Okay, his back that way, okay? Roll him over that way. Lots and lots of fun things. So once you get used to it, it becomes a very versatile position to attack from. It's incremental control to get you into that control position that's dominant, like a chest pin or back control, okay? Or a breakdown so that you can get on top of them. All right, so think of it as you're on your way to something really good and he stops you through movement or through control and you can't quite get there. You were spinning around to put your hooks in, he stops you, fine. Collapse back into the wrestler's ride, work him over until you can open him up enough to get those hooks in. Work him over enough to where you can break him down and get him into a pin.
Here's a little drill let's do, guys. Could you set him up, you get a spiral right on him. Now watch, Derek's gonna get, and Steve's let him do it. Now, we'll just practice, you know, and we could do it under timed or whatever. You could just practice here with yourself. And Steve's going to give, like, you know, maybe 30, 40, 50% effort, you know, not real hard, just so Derek can get good at the move and continuing the ride. So just go ahead and work around Steve and let Derek, and Derek's just going to keep working on the ride and control, you know. And at some point, Derek may say, okay, I'm going to break you down, I'm going to get my hooks in, whatever it is, and then I can go and do that. And then Steve would have his turn. So those are just good ways to practice the ride, because it is a ride. You're controlling him, you're controlling his movements, why we call it a ride, kind of like riding a bronco. You know, you are riding him and keeping him under control. Okay?